do Facebook instead. But we don't have very many people is the problem. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It is Monday morning, the 24th day of January. Hope everybody is doing well as we go into this final week of our very first month of this year. I guess sending out messages do make a difference. I got busy this morning, forgot to send out the message on our Zoom here this morning, and I definitely see it affected the attendance, but we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. Guys, before I jump into the formal presentation, I just want to take a minute, give you guys a little bit of background or history on myself for anyone new that may be joining, or if you're just looking at Valentines right now and kind of want to know a little bit about, who I am. And I'm going to go through then a 5-point presentation, really giving you something to, truly consider as you're evaluating this, if it makes sense for you or not. So before I jump into that, I'll just share a little bit of myself. I've been involved in this industry of network marketing now for 33 years. My background prior to entering the industry was not of a business or professional nature. I was actually a blue collar worker. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, a town of about 2,000 people, about 3 hours or so outside of Minneapolis area in the Lakes country of Minnesota. And right out of high school, I went to work in a potato chip factory. I was a maintenance person. I was a welder, building, maintaining equipment, things of that nature. I never sold anything before in my life. And I also have a learning disability. I have dyslexia, which really struggle with reading and spelling, still do today, but back then really affected my self-esteem, my self-confidence. I was very shy. I was very introverted, literally wouldn't even say hi to someone unless they said hi to me first. Now, the reason I share that with you is you're looking at this, asking yourself the question, can I do this? Can this work for me? I'm here to tell you it absolutely can. What's so exciting about what it is that we have is it doesn't matter, what you do, where you live, your age, your education, your financial position. None of that matters. The only thing that really matters is, number one, you recognize what's happening. And number two is you take action. Okay. The thing is, as I think about this, when I was first introduced 33 years ago, I thought, wow, if I could do something like this part-time and make an extra few $100s a month, that would be pretty exciting, and was able to do that. And then I thought, wow, wouldn't it be something to make an extra $1,000 a month? And I was able to do that. And I began to think about what it would be like to actually do this full-time. And for me, that was $3,000 a month. And I was able to accomplish that. And now here it is 33 years later. And I share this with you, not to impress you, but more just to impress upon you what is possible. I mean, here I am now 33 years later, and having made about $28 million. And folks, I know that's a big number and you're like, that's crazy, but hey, listen, I entered this with a goal of making a few hundred extra dollars a month. I knew nothing about sales or marketing. I was shy. I was introverted, afraid to even say hi to someone. Right. And so you can, in fact, do this. Right. And I think the key to it is consistency. It's focused. It's being excited about what it is and staying plugged in. But what is it exactly? And so let me take and share my screen, and I'm going to go through a little bit of an overview of what Valentines and what this opportunity is all about. And I think the first thing that I think is important to talk about is, is there a need for what it is that we offer? I mean, are people looking for what it is that we offer? And so what do I believe we offer is an opportunity to make extra money, right? And so is there a need for that right now? Absolutely. I mean, literally everyone, whether we're entering here into a new year or whether it's, with inflation or wanting to stay home, whatever it is, I believe more than ever before, people are interested in looking for opportunity. And the idea of being able to do something, part-time without giving the security up of their full-time job, to learn as they earn, maybe move into something on a full-time basis. That interest, that need, the numbers of people looking to do that around the world, I believe, are higher than they've ever been in my entire career. Better health. Again, I think, same would go for that. Most people today are looking for ways to improve their overall health and well-being, looking for products that can be tools to help them achieve the health that they're looking for. So we have those products, and time freedom. And this is something I don't think very many people, think is possible, but it is possible through this type of a business because of the fact, most people work in a job and they're used to working and getting paid. And if they stop working, they stop getting paid, other than maybe that week or two of vacation. What can happen in this type of a business is you can actually, through sharing the products with others, creating a group of people using and consuming the products all around the world, and a group of people that see it as you do and promote it to others that use the products and consume the products. And you can actually create a residual and a leveraged income. What I mean by that is essentially removing yourself from the day-to-day activity it takes to generate an income, right? Through the consumption of people using and consuming the products and through others promoting it just like you around the world. It's a very, very exciting concept. Now, again, I don't mean to beat this to death, but guys, people are worried out there. They're living a life of quiet desperation. They don't know what to do and where to turn. Their money is not going as far as it once did. So right now, I believe the financial pressure on the people around the world are, again, greater than ever, looking for ways to somehow make ends meet, somehow, dig themselves out of that credit card debt that they've built, or for that matter, even just get back on a level playing field, to offset inflation. Now, what is making this possible is this industry of network marketing, the home-based business industry. This industry has been around for 80 plus years, of nearly $200 billion worth of products, goods, and services around the world are marketed this way. And what this does also is it's probably one of the only ways a person, without a whole lot of money, without taking a lot of risk, can start a small business, can start something on their own and build something that is truly life-changing. That is what this industry is all about, delivering high-quality product to an end-line consumer in a very efficient, affordable way, and also giving you, the everyday person, an opportunity to have something of their own, have their own business, because most people having their own business just not possible. But through this business model, it is. And what is it? It's really nothing more than another form of distribution. And to better understand it, if we make a comparison to traditional methods of distribution, retail, right? Think of a store, think of all the products sitting on the shelves of that store, and understand that about 50% of the cost of those products marketed through those types of methods is advertising, paying actors and athletes in high budget advertising campaigns. And it doesn't stop just with stores. It's happening, with the online too, paying influencers. Literally millions of dollars to make that post. Well, in network marketing, in this home-based business model that we offer, that 50%, rather than going to the actors and athletes and high budget advertising campaigns, it goes to you. It goes to real people having real results, sharing it with others, and creating a very lucrative opportunity. Now, what I've learned, having been involved now for 33 years, is all of these companies right? And/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation, the timing, and the training and support. And what I have learned, because we all know someone who's been involved in something like this before, and maybe it hasn't worked out the way they had hoped, or maybe we have been involved and it hasn't worked out the way we were told it would, or we thought it would, or hoped it would. And yes, it is greatly due to someone simply not applying themselves. But in more cases than not, it's because something was missing, right? You see, if 2 or 3 of these critical elements are not in place, it doesn't matter how good you are or how hard you work. I mean, despite your best efforts, you're going to struggle. What's so exciting about what it is we offer here in Valentis is I believe that all of these critical elements are in place, right? Which can magnify and multiply the experience and the efforts that you put forth. Now, a little bit about our company. We got our start in July of 2014. That first year, just doing a little over 300,000 in sales. 2015, 3 million in sales. 2016, 32 million in sales. And I'm not going to go through the entire 7 years, but I'll tell you that we've done more than $250 million in total sales and revenue. And that's an exciting number. Few companies have ever accomplished. But what's more important than that is not what we've done, but what we're going to do. Because I believe we could do the next 250 million, not over 7 years, but over the next 24 to 18 to 24 months. So very exciting. And what you're going to learn about business in general is growth magnifies and multiplies one's efforts. If you can put yourself in an environment of growth, it makes what you do a lot easier. And that's the environment. We're 100% debt free, not a single dollar of outstanding debt. The 6th element, a game changer. What this is, it's the culture, it's the energy, it's the vibe, it's the heart of the company and who we are. And it spawns directly from our founders and CEO, Dave Jordan and his wife, Joyce. Okay, one of the primary focuses of our company, I mean, today we have products that help people in so many different ways, but what really brought us to the dance is the weight loss industry. And this is something I know a bit about because I have struggled with my weight my entire adult life. And when I say that, I've tried everything. The thing I know about people that are overweight is they think about it every single day and they're willing to try anything. I literally have tried everything. I've done the meal replacements. I've done the shakes. I've done the prescription drugs, acupressure. I've done it all. And one word sums it up, and that is miserable, right? And what I know is people can't be miserable long-term. Right? They may do it for a week or so, maybe even make it a month or two. Eventually they go back to their old habits, and guess what? The weight comes back on. I want you to think about this for a moment. What if there was a way, a tool, a product that you could use that you're not miserable, that can help you manage and control and even lose weight? And that is our coffees. Okay. We think about this. 80% of the people around the world drink coffee every single day. And they don't just drink it, they love it. And they're going to drink it the rest of their life. They're already in the habit. They're spending money on it. It's the first thing they think about. It's something they truly enjoy. Now imagine having coffee that can have ingredients that can help you with your appetite, that can help you, increase your metabolism and your calorie burn, that can help you actually control, manage, and lose weight. That is what we have in our Valentis coffees. Now, we also have another product that you can, add to or use as a standalone. It's called Thermal Perk. So the name thermo speaks for itself. Thermogenic is going to increase your body temperature and essentially help you burn more calories, as well as help enhance that appetite control. Phenomenal product, again, taken by itself or in conjunction with the coffee. But we do have a number of products. I mean, we have 24/7 carb blocker, phenomenal product. Most people we know get more carbohydrates than they should have. This helps the way your body processes its carbohydrates and those sugars, those extra sugars that we take in. We have a cocoa. We have a keto creamer. We have a product called Tropical Blast, which is similar to the coffee, similar ingredients, but instead of a coffee, it tastes like a pina colada. Relief, another major product that can help and aid in your overall health and well-being and weight control. which is digestive enzymes. So many health issues begin in the gut, and as a result of not getting, having your enzymes do what they need to do. So subsidizing enzymes for gut health is phenomenal. We've got another product called Power Mist. It's a CBD product for overall wellness and such, and another one called Power Mist, which is our Tonic, which is the nitric oxide. Most people are deficient in nitric oxide. It's going to improve your overall circulation and, your help with your fitness goals, your energy, just overall feeling better, giving that circulation, helping with sexual performance and sexual health. Phenomenal product. Emulin. Okay, we have two of these. We have Emulin M and Emulin C. This was brought to us by a guy by the name of Dr. Joseph Ahrens. He's a 2-time Nobel Prize nominee for his work. And this product actually has a clinical study published in a peer medical journal documenting how effective it is. So phenomenal product. If you're someone, that is dealing with blood sugar issues, you're going to want to try that Emulin C. That could really help in that area. Now we have roughly 30 products, and I can't get into them all here today. It'd be overwhelming. And so you can go to valentusproducts.com. You can do your own due diligence, your own research, see what interests you the most, see if the products make sense for you. The next critical element that we want to talk about is timing. And I think if you look at anyone who has ever made a lot of money in their life, timing had something to do with it, right? Getting involved in something before the whole world has heard about it and be part of helping the world learn about it. I mean, that is where the fortunes are made, right? But how do we know? How do we know when the timing really is right? Because every company tells you the timing is perfect. What I have learned through my research, through my studies, and I've studied this because I've written books, right? And it's very predictable. Timing is really a factor of numbers. It's how many distributors are there and what's the sales volume. And by both of those measurements, the timing here at Valentus truly is perfect. Not just here in North America, in Asia, just getting started in Asia, and perfect in Europe. Now, compensation plan, another critical element, right? And every company out there tells you that they have the best, right, most lucrative compensation plan out there. The reality of it is, guys, they all have about the same money to pay out, somewhere in that 40 to 50% range. Yes, some of the older companies might only pay in the 30s, but most modern day companies are paying between 40 and 50% of the revenue coming in back to people like you and I, real people experiencing real results. So know this, number one, we pay out at the high end of that, right, at 50%, and it's spread out over 7 profit centers. So we have a wholesale customer program. This industry thrives on its customers, people using and consuming these products. And we pay you up to 40% for that introduction and the ongoing use of your customers using those products. If you buy a business pack, which I'll talk about that here in a moment, it reduces the cost in which you pay, which can increase your profits up in that 50% margin, for that customer activity. We have a fast start program. You'll find people when they hear about these products, they hear about what's going on, they say, hey, I want to do that too. Well, depending on the pack that they choose to join with, you can earn up to $200 for that one-time join fee when that person joins. Legacy bonus, I like to refer to this as kind of the leverage part of the plan. As other people talk to people, and those people talk to people, and people join, we create a legacy team. And anyone on your legacy team, whether you brought them in or someone else on the legacy team brought them in with a business or a career pack, you make $100. Okay, so that's exciting. The dual team commissions, this is kind of the monthly consumption, everybody using and consuming the products, and a portion of the volume coming from those people that just joined. The dual team commissions, matching check, the global bonus, Carb bonus, again, money all over, and really there for everyone at every level of involvement. So the question comes, can you do this business? And folks, you can absolutely do this business. A matter of fact, you've been already doing this business in a way. And what I mean by that is this: have you ever gone to a really good movie or eaten at a great restaurant and told somebody about it? And I would bet 100% of you would say, yes, I've done that. Now, here's the next question. Do you think your excitement about that movie, that your excitement about that restaurant influenced someone else to go eat there or go see that movie? And I would bet 100% of you would say yes again to that question. Well, folks, that's all we do. Is if you can get excited about what we have, the products we have, the opportunity, and share that excitement with someone else. Your job's not to try to explain everything, right? We do these Zooms multiple times a week. We do conference calls. We have videos. We have all of these tools to explain it. Your job is just like telling somebody about that movie or about that restaurant to think, wow, I need to go see that. I need to try that restaurant. That's your job, right? Not to explain the entire movie, but just to stimulate that interest to get them to want to look more. And that really speaks to our next critical element, which is the training and support, right? When you say yes, that's when our job begins, not when it ends. That's when our job begins. And we have an app called Share Valentines. So many people live their life, myself being one of them. I mean, everything, from my dry cleaner to my banking to my, where I get my hair cut, everything is on an app, right? And when you, and this is too, right? You can share videos and information and manage your business right in the palm of your hands. Now, what does it take to get going? It's a one-time $20 application fee. Now, you can choose to start anywhere. I tell people you should get started somewhere between serious and nervous. You can stick your toe in the water for $59 and try one of our products, right? You can, maybe yourself or, try multiple products or maybe you and a family member for $160, get 3 of the products, a little better value. Or you can do the advanced pack, which is a little better value. Even again, that's $263, giving you 6 products for you and maybe a family member. But if you are looking to do this from a business perspective, I really encourage you to look at the Business Builder Pack or the Career Pack. Okay. And there's really 5 reasons for that. Number 1 is it sets a good example. I promise you, every time you sit down across from somebody and they say, hey, this looks really good. What did you do to get started? You have to tell them. And you have the ability to set the pace, set the example on how others are going to follow. What I've learned is people tend to learn more by what you do than what you say, right? That example that you said, very, very important. Having some products on hand, of course, only makes sense, right? Products to use, products to sample, products to sell to others. That old saying, hard to sell from an empty basket. It is a better value. I mean, if you have an opportunity to buy something for less, doesn't that make sense? I mean, when you buy a single product, it's $59, but if you use a business pack, brings it down to $39, or a career pack down to $36. So simply a better value. Demonstrates commitment. I think that's important as you're, talking to others about this. They want to see that you're serious, that you're committed to it. Maximizes your earnings. By joining with a business or a career pack, the business pack automatically makes you a Ruby. And as long as you maintain that 100-point monthly order, you're going to maintain all of the benefits associated with Ruby, which, automatically brings you from a 5% on the residual side, that monthly consumption, to 20%, which is the top of the pay scale. You have to do it to get qualified for legacy, to make that extra $100 when you bring someone in with a business pack or a career pack, or to create that leveraged income off of when others bring people in. And it automatically locks you into a 4 and a 5 level matching check, which, as this grows and becomes significant, that will be your second largest portion of your check. Okay. Last question. Do you want to do this? I think that's important, right? And guys, when you evaluate this, think about this. I mean, this is a fun business. If you talk to anyone in our business, they will tell you this is a fun business. Lose some weight, make some additional income. That's kind of the worst case scenario. I mean, should you say yes here? That's kind of the worst case scenario. What has driven me in my life are the what ifs in life. Some people are, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, what if it does? I mean, what if you could improve your overall health and well-being? What if you could make, a few $100 extra a month? Or what if it turned into something more serious on a part-time level, or even if it turned into something full-time, as it has for me and so many others, what it really can do is give you dream income, right? That ability to work from home, right? Exit the rat race, to own your life. I mean, that's what I think it really does. You see, most people, if you're working a job, someone else owns most of your day and most of your time. Imagine being in control of that yourself. The personal growth, right? The tax advantages, the recognition, phenomenal. So with this, I'm going to close out. I'm just going to ask you this. I'm going to say this because most people live in a someday world. And what I mean by that, life is so overwhelming and they want to change it, but it's always someday, right? Someday I got to get my act together, right? Someday I'm going to get out of this job that I hate. Someday I'm going to lose that weight. Someday I'm going to get out of debt. Someday I'm going to start saving for retirement. Everything is someday, someday, someday. And all of a sudden they run out of days. And if you don't believe me, look around or just think back. I mean, what was life like, 5 years ago? And what is it like today? And the sad fact is, for most people, that much has changed. Well, here's the scary thing. Look ahead 5 years, because it'll be a snap of a finger and we're going to be 5 years down the road. The question is, will have anything changed for you? And this is where Valentines comes in, because we can change the course of the next 5 years of your life. But folks, it's not someday. It is today. I mean, think about this. We're 24 days into a brand new year. What is everybody still thinking about as we're early in this year? How they can make this year a better year than last year. The things that they're focused on is their finances. What can they do to make some extra money? And how can they improve their overall health? And in that category, the number one thing is weight loss, right? And we can help and address people in all these areas. So don't someday your life away, okay? Let's act today. Let's get started today. Let's start sharing what we have with people today to give them some hope for the future. And when there's hope in the future, there's power in the present. With that, everybody, have a fantastic start to your week, rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.